morning. I'm Tim. Welcome to Tim's Time. Well, personally, I'm back from the little D, Dallas, to the big D, Darlington. And I don't know that I would ever call Tim's Time lessons. They're more like just thoughts or hopefully God-inspired ramblings. Well, this week, Father's Day is coming up. I don't even know that I have a God-inspired rambling. I just have some thoughts on my mind, and I'm going to share them with you regarding some things. I was in my hometown a few weeks ago for my aunt's 90th birthday, my father's sister, Aunt O'Ree. And while I was there, somebody in my family, who shall remain nameless, just embraced me and hugged my neck. They were so glad to see me, and then looked at me and said, "You look just like your father. The older you get, the more I see Wardell in you." And I thanked them and smiled and took that as a compliment, certainly as an expression of love, and went on my way. The following week, I was speaking in my mom and dad's church, the church I grew up in, or partially grew up in, and speaking to graduates, and they had a reception afterwards, and one of the ladies came up to me. She was one of my former Sunday school teachers when I was a kid, and she hugged my neck, and I hugged her neck, and we talked, and she said, "I can't help but tell you, when I look at you, I see your mother." And so I thought, well, am I my mother or am I my daddy? Who do I really look like? And the answer is probably I'm a mixture of both. And I have that image ingrained upon me, or those images, and try as I may, I can't escape that. I can doctor my hair, I can change my physical activity, but I am an image of my dad and an image of my mom. And those aren't bad things for me, because though I sometimes tell funny stories or sometimes negative stories about them, they were both pretty godly parents, and I was blessed to have them. In fact, I recall sharing a story with someone this week. The very first time I ever took the mound in Little League, the first pitch I threw, my dad was standing at the backstop looking at me. And I remember I hadn't pitched before except kind of in practice, and I played shortstop, and Billy, our pitcher, was getting roughed up. We were terrible, by the way. 1 win in 2 years, or 2 wins in 1 year, win a year. And my coach came in and looked over at me, Coach Blair, and called me in. And so I hadn't really practiced pitching or had any real coaching, and he just said, "Do the best you can." And so I remember the very first pitch I threw, as I recall, it was a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, or either a 9.4-mile-an-hour fastball, and it was a strike, and the umpire called strike, and I remember looking over and seeing my dad up against the backstop watching. Now, my dad he wasn't able to come to many of my games in Little League or throughout my life, actually. He was out harpooning humpback whales off the coast of Maine. Actually wasn't. He was in the Coast Guard, and he would take his round on a cutter and be gone about 2 weeks a month, or three weeks a month sometimes. And he missed some stretches and didn't get to a lot of my games. But I remember him being there, and I remember the look on his face when I threw a strike, and then when I struck the first guy out, and from then on I became one of our pitchers as well as playing shortstop. So I'm very grateful. All of that rambling is just, I'm grateful for my parents. But I'm even more grateful that not only do I have my mom's image and my dad's image, there's something in me being created by our Heavenly Father. Theologians, call it the Imago Dei, the image of God. And it's in me. It's not only exterior, it's interior. It's not only characteristic of me, it's a longing within me. And so when Father's Day rolls around and Mother's Day, I get nostalgic and I just start remembering all those funny little things and not so funny experiences of my childhood and of my teen years, and my parents being there and their image. But I'm also grateful for my Heavenly Father. And listen, some of you watching via Facebook or email this morning, you haven't had a father who was there on the backstop. And thank the Lord for our relationship with our Heavenly Father. His image is in you, and His image is all you need. He can be the Father that you never had. He is the Father, the epitome of love and the epitome of Father. So I just want to remind you of that this week. Father's Day week and Mother's Day week, all these weeks are fraught full of various emotions. So let me just encourage you. Look up this week and be encouraged, because you are greatly, greatly loved. And hey, don't forget, you look a little